When I was young, I loved going on drives, so whenever my dad had to run an errand, I'd ask to tag along. My dad used to do something I thought was really cool. If he saw a hitchhiker or someone stranded, he'd always stop to see if they needed help or a lift. One day, I asked him why, and he told me that when he was really young, he and his single mom would sometimes be stranded, and it was only through the assistance of strangers that they'd reach their destination. He never forgot that helpless feeling and wanted to pay it forward. My siblings and I have learned to do the same. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, Friday evenings in the twos was a magical time. Back then, it didn't matter which Friday, because every Friday was payday. Not many people had bank accounts, so people got paid in cash. Everyone was flush for the next few hours anyway. I lived near the Unit 2 shopping center, so I had front row seats to the hive of activity. All the shops were busy and everyone was in a good mood. It was like the one day of the week where people felt free to splurge a little. There was almost a festive feeling in the air. With the sun setting, I'd stand in my front yard and watch the hubbub. But nothing is perfect, and there are always exceptions. All too often, I'd see a wife dragging her drunk husband home after finding him drinking the family's groceries for the next week. He would have been paid his wage and went straight to the bar, drinking away his earnings. Inevitably, his partner would have to go looking for him, and she would find him in his drink, leading to an argument as she dragged him home with what was left of his wages. And sometimes it would devolve into a physical fight. Alcohol. It makes some people violent, and a violent drunk is merciless. People don't like getting involved in domestic fights, but I'm not built that way. If I see something, I have to do something. I was a burly young man with a reputation for being a bit of a hothead. I'd storm in to defend the wife and stop the beating we were all watching. Here is what I found strange. Every time I have stopped a man from beating his partner has jumped to his defense, stood between him and I to protect and defend her attacker from me. I couldn't understand it. I'd try different approaches, but the result would remain the same. It didn't take me long to learn that my idea of helping wasn't working. Eventually, I learned that public shaming was my only option. I would scold them both like children for creating a scene in front of my house and forcing me to see it. That type of behavior wasn't allowed. Shame can be a powerful motivator. I still think about those evenings, and for a long time, I looked at those women as weak, unable or unwilling to defend themselves. They would protect the very person that was beating them bloody right there in the street with an audience. I didn't understand until much later in my life that I am often blinded by my perspective of being a man. A man who doesn't worry about walking the streets at night or being in a strange place. I've never had to experience the losing side of gender disparity. That is my privilege. And while my privilege doesn't extend to every environment, there are some where I benefit purely by birthright. It is important to understand privilege. And also, it doesn't matter what you tell a child, they will copy what they see.